to Utah.
That's right, with Brett Bume, Round Valley Outfitters, and we are actually hunting mule deer in velvet. And it's a management hunt. It's pretty dang cool.
It is really cool. And of course, Blake and Justin are going to be hanging out with us in camp, of course.
Yep.
And while we're there in Utah, we saw elk.
Holy cow, moose.
We saw, of course, a lot of bucks in velvet and some coming out of velvet.
Yep.
This week, the choice?
Mule deer bucks in velvet. You know what's really cool is it's August. We've already kicked the season off antelope hunting.
Yeah.
And now we're practicing and we're heading northwest to Utah.
Yes, we are. We're going to go hunt with Round Valley Outfitters, which is where I hunted last fall.
And you got a beautiful mule deer.
Now this summer, we're going back, but we're taking our Hoyts with us.
Yes, we're spotting and stalking mule deer in Utah.
Yep.
So we're just shooting our Hoyts, practicing, getting ready, and psyching ourselves up.
Okay.
Doesn't take much, does it?
No. People think that we're road warriors, and we are.
We are.
So we packed up, started heading to Utah.
And west.
Every time we go there,
it's so amazing, and you're driving with the anticipation. We're going bow hunting, man, for mule deer, and I mean, it's just every mile there's something else, and you want to look at it and absorb it all, but then you also want to get back to camp.
We just saw sheep. Well, okay, we saw one. We saw one ewe. It was in the middle of the road. We had to stop, and then it ran up to the side here. That was kind of cool.
Real cool.
That's why I said watch for wildlife and rocks, honey. Watch for both of them. Rock on, dude. He's like, help me now. We got the tracker, we pull up into camp, and they all stand outside and greet us, and then we have to figure out where we're parking the trailer, where we're sleeping, and just like on any hunt that you go to, you get into camp, you get everything kind of settled in.
Yeah.
Kim and Doug, once again, made an amazing dinner. We all sat around, heard some old stories because we had to catch up with the guys, and then relaxed. Time to go to bed and get up the next morning.
If you're like us, is that like first night? You don't really sleep well because you're just anticipating. I don't want to, I don't want to miss the alarm. I don't want to do this. I don't want to forget this.
You don't sleep.
So you don't really sleep. Yeah, that's us too.
It is the first morning here at Round Valley Outfitters, Utah mule deer with our Hoyts. Just getting my broadheads put together, and we're gonna head out on the road. We've got Justin and Blake and Brett's in camp too, and Kim and Doug. I mean, it's like a family reunion. You got snaps?
Nope.
We loaded up the truck.
Yep. We followed the guys. We got to a beautiful area, and the whole decision was we're gonna split up.
Right. Ralph's gonna go one way.
Yep.
I'm gonna go the other way.
And as we start to go up, and we just sort of split up for like seconds, and as we go up this hill,
there's a bunch of mule deer.
There's fucking mule deer
bunch
all
of bucks
over.
right there. So we just got to sit there and glass for a bit.
Yeah.
There is a whole bachelor herd of bucks in velvet up there. We're on a management hunt, so we need to shoot a 3 or an older mature without eye guards. So there's a lot of really nice bucks up there, and there's one that could be a doable 3. Big mature body on them too. So we're on a management hunt.
Yep.
So that means we have to look for
very specific
bucks, okay? And we're sitting there glassing that first morning trying to figure out, okay, well, no, that one, no, you can't shoot that one. But then we saw a couple other ones, and then it was a matter of, okay, well, now we got to figure out where they're coming and where they're going, so maybe we could set up on them.
So the reality of it is we're actually trying to pattern the movement. That's what we were doing. And always try to get to a high vantage point, glass a lot.
A lot.
You're actually doing more hunting with your eyes and your glasses.
Yep.
Just because you've got to figure the route out. And when you figure the route out, you get the wind in your favor, well, we're going to do some management.
The one thing that's really kind of crazy too in this area where we're hunting, which is normal out west, is you have some open spots and then all of a sudden it's just brush.
Yeah.
Blake and Justin, they know what they're looking for all the time, and you've done a lot more western hunting than I have, even over all these years. But
can we repeat that, Eddie? Just rewind that.
You've done a lot more western hunting than I have.
You've done a lot more western hunting than I have. You've done a lot more western hunting than I have.
Okay, so my point is that you have to be looking so hard for these deer because all you're gonna see is their antler just slightly move inside one of these bushes in the brush that's out there.
Well, it's easy to see them when they're moving.
When they're moving,
so, you know, early or late, you see that. And then all of a sudden, they just bed down.
Yeah.
And like Vicki's saying, when they're in velvet, those tines don't reflect light.
Yeah, it's harder.
So you're really sitting there glassing and really checking things out. And that's where good optics sure does play a big part. You know what's crazy? When you're in an area like Brett and the guys have, your eyes just have to continue scanning because we saw elk, bunch of muleys, I mean crazy. We saw a bunch of moose.
Yeah.
It was just crazy the amount of game. And when you're in an area like that, please take the time to absorb it because it's so captivating. Because so many people get so tunnel vision, you know what I mean? Oh, I gotta go. No, man, open it up. Check everything out. You are in God's creation, man, and it's awesome.
This segment was brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. The Choice is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Browning Firearms, Dallas Safari Club, Easton Archery, Gammo Air Guns, and Hoyt Archery.
Well, we are back at it. First afternoon, we were out this morning. We saw a nice 3x3, but then it disappeared. We have no idea where it went. Now we're back, and Ralph is actually pulling in right now. He's got our tracker. So, it'd be a nice ride. I'm just saying. So we're driving around. Ralph and them guys are in one buggy. Eddie and Justin and we're heading around. We're driving around other places. We are just nonstop glassing. You drive a little bit, you find a new ravine, a new holler, you glass down there, we're looking for management mule deer. The scenery is just unbelievable. We're in late August. Everything is just ready to become fall. I mean, everything is just getting ready to start turning yellow. And the animals are moving, and we're seeing a bunch of mule deer, but we're really looking for more of a specific management buck. The management buck has no eye guards. He might be a 2x2. I mean, this is what we're doing. We're trying to help manage that game. So we'll just keep glassing. So we've been separate glassing different places all day long, and now the sun is starting to go down. And we all need to go ahead and meet back up so we can go ahead and get back to the trucks and head back to camp. We're texting Ralph and Blake, and they're not answering us. It's getting dark. We think we know what's happening.
After seeing all these mule deer and understanding their movement pattern on the lower area, you know, we all talked and we said, let's go up high. Let's go in that cruise because they've got all these trails. And we're going up there, and as we coming back, we spot a good management buck. We hurry up, we skirt out, we start coming through the timber. So as we're getting closer, I'm ranging. You could start seeing now that this deer knows something's up. He's just starting to quarter away from us.
Nice shot, brother.
I finally get a position, come to full draw, and we just pinned him.
So I'm waiting for an answer. It's getting dark. You guys are texting me.
Blake just sent the smiley face. But these photos of the deer are the ones we saw this morning. So I don't know. Smiley face. We're like, hello? Come up just above Jerry Camp.
They got something.
Nope. We are heading to camp for dinner.
Yeah, you were busy. You shot a buck. So we hurry up, haul all the way around to get to where you guys were at.
The hills.
Finally, the
Your
hills.
hills.
And we found you guys right as you guys were recovering your buck.
Yeah, it was really cool, you know, and that's what
Yes.
it's about. There's blood here, there's blood there, and I just saw somewhere right here. So we went this way. There he is.
Right on, Ralph.
Congratulations.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Sweet. Let's take a gander at him. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, look at the shot, bud.
That's the exit.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Round Valley Outfitters, Blake. Can you believe it, man?
No.
We're just having a blast, huh?
Yeah.
And we're on a management hunt.
Yes.
Explain that.
So, we have trophy mule deer that we
and
hunt,
we've seen some
and some
toads.
beauties. To keep those trophy 4-point genetics,
Yep.
we got to take these lesser 3-point bucks out. Not that he's a lesser buck.
Right. Also, you know, we've always tried to show everybody opportunities.
Yeah.
And a hunt like this isn't what a trophy hunt costs, but you're still shooting a trophy.
Yes. You don't always have to shoot the biggest one to have fun.
No, hell, we had a blast, man, and we ain't done.
No.
Vicki still got
No.
a tag.
Now we get a scout and spot for
Yeah,
her.
which is awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. But I can't thank you enough, brother. I mean, beautiful deer. He's going home to Colorado in the freezer, and we're going to spray him with velvet lock so we get, you know what I mean, keep that on, because he's about...
He's starting to lose it right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm done. Now it's Vicky's turn, so we'll see what happens, but I think we'll sit in an air-conditioned truck when it's 92 degrees out on the
Tomorrow
road.
afternoon.
Yeah, buddy,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, let's do that.
So it's a good thing that we actually showed up to help, because we helped you guys quarter that buck out of there. And from where your buck landed, after we all quartered it out and we carried it back up to the buggies, I mean, it wasn't bad, got it back in there, and then home we went.
That's your management's, right?
That'll work. Good job.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you up all night.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, come on, it's 11:30.
It's what?
It's 11:30.
Way past my bedtime.
So what's the plan for the morning? Get up and do it again?
Get up and do it again.
This segment was brought to you by Browning, the best there is. This segment is brought to you by Tracker Off-Road, hard working from dawn till dusk.
That's that big 3x. That's that one you guys are looking for.
There he is, Vicki. Look at that big 4 next to him.
Yeah, he's a nice buck.
I'm like, dang.
So just like any other Western hunt, when you're trying to spot and stalk some mule deer, you're gonna keep glassing, and that's what we're doing. Driving around and glassing some more. And then we get a message that Ralph and Blake might have spotted something for me to put a stalk on. So we hurried up over there to see what we're doing.
Well, we're gonna see what they see. I know they're seeing a 2-point or something, a 2x1 or something. I only got one bedded, so we'll see what they're seeing.
You want to look at him?
We'll give them a try.
So we spot the bucks that Ralph and Blake had spotted. We decided, okay, we're gonna slowly start creeping down there and see if we can't get close enough to get a shot with my Hoyt. Now we have Justin, myself, and Eddie and Colby with me on this one. So we slowly start going down, trying to be careful of, obviously, any wind, any scent going around, and being quiet, because once again, it is noisy out there. As we're going down, we're actually on like a deer trail. So we're trying to be careful, trying not to rub up on some of the brush and stuff, and trying to figure out exactly where these bucks are at and if we're gonna be able to get up on them. We slowly get a little closer and a little closer, and we're thinking, hey, this might actually happen. And we get to where we can see them pretty good, and what happens? Oh, that wind. Yeah, it decided that it needed to go and just whoosh, right over the back of the head. They were gone.
Oh, that wind's beautiful. Blowing straight at them again.
And so we just put some more miles on our legs and hiked back up to where the buggies were at, and high-fived everyone that it didn't happen. So after that stalk, you know, all of us got back together, headed back to camp, kind of just chilled around a little bit, had some lunch, spent some time with Brett and Doug and Kim as well, and just kind of hung out for a bit until it was time to head back out that afternoon.
One of the best ways to be successful in the mountains on these type of hunts is glassing. Glassing, glassing. When you think you covered this valley, do it again. And that's what we did.
After a couple days of figuring the place out, we kept seeing the bucks in the same
Blake
place.
spotted this one in a perfect position
Yep.
with the wind in our favor.
So we all met up there, and we were trying to figure out what the best plan of attack was for me to go ahead and try to put a stalk on.
It's called field strategizing.
What do you got? This one's better.
So where is he?
So
like
let's-
through my binos. What are we doing?
He's right over there.
Right over there.
by that
On this
sagebrush.
side of the sun.
See that
right,
one
right by
sagebrush?
that darker green bush.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, general.
I was marking that bush right there.
Well, they've spotted a 2x2 management buck in velvet down there. So I can see it through a spotting scope, but I can't see it with my binos. So we're going to go and give it a whirl and see if we can get close to him and get a shot. We'll see. We'll see.
Want to learn more about this hunt? Scan the QR code down below or go to contentkingmedia.com/thechoice. This segment was brought to you by VAT. Hunt, preserve, protect. The Choice is also brought to you by Spy Point Trail Cameras, Tracker Off-Road, Traditions Muzzle Loaders, Interlock Broadheads, and these fine sponsors.
Well, they've spotted a 2x2 management buck in velvet down there. We're going to go and give it a whirl and see if we can get close to him and get a shot. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so the field strategy.
So you can't even say it, so don't even bother.
It sounded so damn good the first time. The plan was I was going to drive you guys.
You are driving Justin, Eddie, and I down to where we thought we could get out with the wind in our favor. So you dropped us off, and then we scooted down that one hill, and when we started going back up, we ended up seeing that buck. When we first saw that buck and he went further in, that's when Justin said, you guys keep going and I'll keep glassing from back here. So Eddie and I were like slowly walking. The brush is high enough that we don't have to like crawl or anything, but it was pretty high brush. Eddie and I can no longer see where this buck is at. We know that he's here. He's within 50 yards of us somewhere. So we think he's just over the bush, like probably not even 15 yards from us. He's not popping up. I think he's there.
And now I was already back, and we're watching this whole thing. And they were so close.
We couldn't
Whether
see him.
you're looking through your binos and you could see both the deer bedded and them in one eyepiece.
So like we were talking, the brush was really high. It was really
see,
really
we
tall.
we can't see that.
Right. When I got to the point where I'm thinking, okay, he's got to be within 15 yards of us, and there's just this thick bush right there, and I can't see through it. I pretty much looked at Eddie and said, we're going to wing it. We're going to see what's going to happen.
He's right in the thicket. I got no shot. That's all I got. We got close. We got to within 20.
We took a step, that buck jumped up, and he's not 10 yards from us, and he jumps and he stops. The thing is that, again, that sagebrush was so tall, I just needed him to move. I have no shot at a vital, none. And then he boogered off, and...
See, again, and we see in the frame.
You guys are up here.
And we're watching, we're watching his antlers turn, and we're like, and then he stands like, shoot him. But we can't, we can't see the brush.
No shot.
So at this moment, we probably need to say, and that's why they call it hunting.
No, we don't say that.
I hate that saying. It sucks.
Just saying. So the rest of the trip, we didn't really see a good setup for another management buck.
No,
but,
we saw management deer.
right.
None of them were in a good position, but
Right.
boy, did we see the game. Did we see some beautiful trophy mule deer.
Yeah, and moose and the elk. We went up high, and the one day we're driving, and we see just this monster buck in velvet. I mean, huge buck in velvet, and we're all like, "Ooh, can we make that a management buck?" You know, I mean,
Boy, we looked.
We tried so hard, and they said no. But the crazy thing was that
One day,
next
24
morning,
hours.
that next day, we saw him again, and he had velvet hanging, and he was rubbed out. And I was like, oh, now he's really a management buck, because now he's ugly. He's got stuff hanging around, and we don't eat him. He didn't fall for that either.
No.
I wasn't able to.
Here's what we love the most, okay? We were there in a phenomenal area. We saw giant mule deer.
Moose.
We saw, we
Elk.
saw some big bulls.
Everything. And I mean, we had a great time
elk.
with Brett and Blake and Justin. And of course, you know, Kim and Dugan Camp too always made it a good thing. And we had an amazing time out there.
Absolutely.
Round Valley Outfitters. Brett, you're amazing. We can't wait to get back there again to try again.
And
this
we
time,
are returning.
Yes, but this time I get to tag out first. I'm just saying. So hey, thanks for making your choice.
The choice.
We'll see you next week.
Closed captions brought to you by Wounded Warrior Outdoors, providing wounded servicemen and women with therapeutic outdoor adventures.
Ha! Oh, that's that cement log? Yeah.
And then so what are we doing?
Ralph and I are going hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin.
We're gonna go.
Okay.
Okay. I know nothing. Yeah, you don't know nothing. In trouble, busted. Don't kill her for a minute. Let her fret when she gets there. Where's my arrows? You got everything?
Almost got the arrows in the truck. That would have been that. They were in the front seat. I'm not dumb. What do you do with them? All right, my arrow's in the front seat. Blake moved all my crap. Where are my arrows?
Of course he rats me.
No, he did not. I
did not.
I looked at him. I went like this. I'm not dumb. I looked straight at him. I go,
They're in the truck.
where are they in the truck?
I don't even know where he put them.
Oh, look at I have arrows. I looked at Eddie. I go, I'm not dumb.
Bass Pro Shops Uber.
What are you doing? Do you need me to move my stuff so you can get your stuff?
I learned that when I was up in New Hampshire.
Lack of sleep. I think we all need a nap. Yes, much better. So nice.
That's at least a $6 job there.
Possibly. Now you're gonna make it dirty. Achoo! Oh my god.
I know how this can be nice.
Oh my gosh.
See this f***ing thing?